Should you take a gap year? That is the question that we will be talking about today. Welcome. What is a gap year? A gap year is a space of time in between school and university in which you just don't do either of those things. And that's exactly what I did. So I'll talk a bit about my experience, a bit about what I did, just to preface that this is just my experience and my opinion. So not telling you guys what you should or shouldn't do and what is the right or wrong thing to do. Everyone has their own experience and journey. Essentially, for me, I definitely wanted to take a gap year because I wanted to go to university in the United States of America, and obviously that didn't work out in the end because of crazy fees. But that's what I wanted to do, and that's kind of a main motivator for a lot of people. Either they don't know what they want to do yet, they want to apply somewhere else, they haven't applied yet because they're so into their exams. For me, I wasn't the most academic when it came to A levels, so it came to the point that when I wanted to go to university, that I was kind of debating whether to go to a music conservatoire, so music school, or to a general university. What would be the best for me? Because I compose and I produce music, so what's the best option? And that was kind of another main motivator for me going to uni. It was sort of like, okay, do I go somewhere that kind of has all this huge array of people? And I was kind of trying to balance out my social kind of dynamic. Do I want to be around like loads of different people, um, compared to kind of my ambition? That was sort of the debate that I was going through, and it took actually me 2 years. So I had two gap years to figure that out. I started off my first gap year with quite a bit of depression, and that was kind of like a weird beginning because yeah, a lot of people aren't really used to having a schedule, and I really found that weird that I was so susceptible to that. But I definitely was disoriented. I had no idea how to navigate myself kind of without having a subscribed schedule in front of me, so that was very weird. But what I did was in January I got a job and I became a fundraiser. So you probably know them as like chuggers on the street, kind of like trying to get you to sign up to charity, and that's exactly what I was doing. And as questionable as the job may seem, I actually loved it, and it really helped me improve as a person. I was able to just break out of this barrier of being able to just talk to strangers and meet people and just get used to rejection and just communicate. And in turn, I was able to do really well at the job, and it helped me grow so much as a person. I was able to be so much more confident in who I was and my speaking ability and my leadership skills and all that stuff. And at the same time, it really helped me get more motivated in terms of realizing what I want to do and the route that I want to take to get there, and kind of manage and maintain my ambition in a really really good way. So that was really really awesome. Then I also did some retail, which I also was really good at. And so, as you can see, the theme out here was I was getting really into retail. I really, really struggled there. And from that point on, it was sort of this thing where I would, every day fantasize really strongly. I don't think I'd ever been that strong about kind of making music and being able to sustain myself that way. And I became way more practical in kind of what route I wanted to take for that. And that was really, really what gap years can be really good for. If you're not sure what you want to do, or if you're kind of not certain, if you're stuck between a couple of things, then oh god, taking a gap year can be fantastic for you, because you really, when you're working, you really kind of are forced to get into that mindset of like, what do I really want to be doing in life? And you're in that zone where you're like, well, this is exactly what I want to do. And that's definitely what happened to me. And as well as that, traveling was a really, really big thing for me. Going to the States and back and stuff like that, and going to Europe. And obviously, working gives you the money to do that. So it's always good, I think, to kind of let yourself have that space and have that time to just grow as a person, and to kind of discover things about yourself that you maybe didn't know, preconceptions, and kind of get over all these kind of parts that school kind of just lets you gloss over. And I think it was really really good for me. Um, yeah, I think in the end of the day, gap years can be gap years can be scary, and they can be kind of this place of weird, a weird thing where everyone's kind of living their best life, and you see all the Instagram photos of people traveling. But in the end of the day, it's an adaptation. It's changing and conforming to a way of life that's completely different, and kind of just molding yourself to the adult world. in a way that you've never experienced before while you're in school. And I think that's really why it was valuable for me. I was able to sort of kind of suss out my own self and my own way of doing things and find a way of finding a balance that was really, really valuable. It took me 2 years, and honestly, I would not take any moment of those 2 years back. I met so many amazing people, I discovered so many amazing things, I visited so many amazing places, and it came to this point where I started university in so much more of a level headed, confident, and able place than I would have if I'd gone straight from school. Obviously, it's not for everyone, but I think if you have any sense of doubt, if you've got any sense of self questioning, if you've got any sense of longing to explore and to understand things beyond the realm of conformed education, then I would recommend a gap year for anyone actually. It'd be a really, really awesome thing. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment below if you've taken a gap year or will take a gap year in the near future. And yeah, thank you so much, everyone. I also make music, so check out some of that as well. And yeah, I appreciate it. Anyway, have a good day and catch you soon.